Right. Good afternoon, everyone. How are we all doing, people? Hope everyone's doing well. Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon.
Don't
Don't forget to like the stream, guys. Don't forget to like the stream before we start.
If you're
If you're
hyped, ready to catch some winning trades,
like the stream, people.
If
If you're new here, don't forget to join the free Discord server, which is in the link in the description. This is where we have free courses and we go over all the analysis that you see on this stream. And obviously, if you want to learn to trade exactly like me, you know where to go. wop.com/fasttrack-forex/here. This is where you will learn everything you need to know about exactly how I trade on a daily basis. Without further ado, let's get straight into it, shall we? So,
let me
just check. Echo again. Oh no.
The
Echo's back. Right.
That's what's up. Right, okay. I understand what's going on now. So I've got on my screen, I'm just going to explain this so you know I understand what I'm doing now. On my screen, there's a bunch of different volume levels. And two of them are for the same or different mics, sorry. One's for my camera mic and one's for my actual mic, which I'm using. So now it should just be my actual mic. Please turn off your speakers. There is no speakers on. I think it is just two mics. Is this sorted now, guys? Or is it still an issue? It's good. Okay, good to hear. And Stefan, with the Discord verification, I know a few people seem to be struggling with that. I'm just going to completely remove it for now, and then maybe in the future see if there's obviously a different company or different bot I can use. So in a couple weeks or in a few days, that will completely have disappeared. Okay, the echo is all good now, so we will get started. Yeah, you know where to go if you want to learn to trade like me. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off on the fundamentals as we always do. Then once we've looked at the fundamentals for a bit, we'll go on to obviously GJ, the pair I trade. And then we'll go over a few of the currency pairs that we looked at yesterday to see how my analysis actually played out and see what happened there. So let's get straight into it, shall we? So fundamentally, it's Friday, nothing really to worry about. In the late afternoon, we've had our big pieces of news. We've had, the 1:30 red folder, the 10 a.m. red folder for Euro as well. Nothing else to worry about now. There are obviously a few pieces of news left throughout the day. There's obviously this tentative European, which I'm assuming will come after 3 p.m. And then there's obviously the 3 p.m. and quarter to 3 news as well. Now, obviously, that's not red folder, it's orange and yellow, so we don't really need to worry about it too much. And just looking at the names, it's nothing too big. There's inflation expectations, consumer sentiment, and Chicago PMI. German retail sales is the tentative European news. So nothing to worry about today, fundamentally, which is great. It's pretty much been the whole day already. So there's that. On Monday, it's the start of a new month. It's September. It's going so quickly. But as it is the start of the new month, we have no red folder. The first day of the month, no red folder. But we do have a USD bank holiday. So there will be no stream on Monday because there's a USD bank holiday. And obviously, that comes with a lack of volume, which obviously comes with more unpredictability. And no movements, really. So, yeah. That's what's going on Friday, or today, sorry. Nothing really to worry about. On Monday, there is no stream because we've got a USD bank holiday. But that's basically all the fundamentals. That's all we need to cover. We can go straight onto the charts now and start actually looking at a trade. But what we're doing is we're starting off on the daily time frame. We don't really need to look at the weekly. It's the last day of the week. What we can do is we can go to the monthly though. I just want to show you. There is a bearish fair value gap here. If I just get rid of these drawings. Great, okay. On the monthly, you can see that there's a fair value gap here. We've got 7 hours and 20 minutes left on this candle. Once this closes, we will then have a valid bearish fair value gap, which is obviously great for us. And obviously, if you were in the stream yesterday, you will know exactly how we're going to align that with the external AMD, which is on the daily time frame. And talking about the external AMD, we are still inside of this accumulation range, which we identified on Tuesday. So ultimately, we are still kind of just consolidating. Obviously, we are inside of a daily fair value gap as well. My belief is that we're going to push up to here, which is the monthly, and then respect that. That would be the manipulation phase, and then we can catch a distribution move to the downside. That would be best case scenario, and that's what basically I look for in every single cycle of AMD. Manipulate into a fair value gap, respect the fair value gap, and then we take that trade. So that's exactly what we'll be looking for on the higher time frames, and that will give us our bias. We can also take a swing trade as well. We can take that trade to the downside. We could also use that as our bias as well. So that's what's going on the higher time frames. If we go down to the 15-minute, you can see exactly what's going on. And what happened yesterday, I think we did actually have our first loss, and that was my first loss in a while. I think, most of my trades are wins or break even. We actually had a loss. We lost 0.5% yesterday. We are still up, though, at a nice amount. But that's the first loss in a while. If you're in the premium Discord, you will know from the previous streams, like, most of the losing trades will break even, not losses. But here we actually did have a loss. But I think that we did discuss price coming back to the accumulation range before continuing up. I did say that I wanted to see that first, but when we started breaking up above here was when I wanted to get in for my buy position. So we got in around about here somewhere. I can't really remember. It was around about here when we started respecting this fair value gap. But I was expecting price to come down into this accumulation range and start, reacting to it. So we should have waited for that. We could have took a buy position right here. That would have been a much better entry. But we move. We have a loss. It is what it is. And we're still up for the week, which is perfect. So that's what went on yesterday. We can get rid of these. We don't really need to keep this. We're going to get rid of a couple drawings as well. We're going to get rid of these and this. And now if we just look at what's been going on yesterday, this should be pretty straightforward. For anyone who wants to trade AMD, they should know this by now. Go back to the most recent consolidation right here. And that is our accumulation. Then we follow price forward to get to the most recent price action. So we had our accumulation right here. I think this was late last night. Yes, it was. Leading into Asian session. Then, about mid-Asian session, we started getting the manipulation to the downside. And once we'd had that manipulation, we didn't really manipulate into anything. It was more of a support zone than anything. We then had our We then had our distribution move to the upside. So obviously we could have caught this if we were trading London like we used to. I am going to be starting those streams again, by the way, for the people who are in the premium. Those will be starting very soon. I may do one on Monday because obviously it's a US bank holiday, so we'll be able to trade London session. But whenever the next London stream happens, you will know about it, so don't worry. We are coming back into this fair value gap over here, which could be the expansion, like the expansion reversal phase. So we could look at actually taking that. We've come back into this line here. I don't think we really need to have that line there. But we could literally look at taking sells right off the bat. The only issue is we've come into a bullish fair value gap here. So we're kind of just sitting in between two fair value gaps here. We want to kind of see what's going on. We want to start disrespecting one of them, or respecting one of them and not the other one, before we actually take that position. Now, we are still mixed bias simply just because we're inside this accumulation range, so we can really look at taking trades in any direction. We're at the top of the accumulation, so sells really would make the most sense. Although we have formed a grade A setup right here, if we ignore that fair value gap, we've got the morning star in a fair value gap pattern. That's exactly what I look for every single time. But because of this fair value gap here, and it's Friday, the fact we've got a fair value gap here, we are just going to play it safe and just kind of wait for one of these to start getting disrespected. Now, if we start disrespecting this fair value gap here, what we can do is we can then go to the 5-minute time frame, and basically wait for price to come back to the inverted fair value gap and respect that inversion and then continue up. That would be a possibility. The only issue with buys really is that our target, especially if we're waiting for price to invert this fair value gap, our target would be outside the accumulation range. And now to say on a Friday afternoon that we're going to have our manipulation phase is quite a stretch. The likelihood of that happening is very low. So that is that, it's pretty much 50-50. What we'd really want to see is price respecting this and inverting this one, and then we can actually have some leverage to take a trade, maybe even just down to here. So we'll see how that goes. I think I'm going to ignore buys today because of all that. Because of this accumulation range, I'm going to ignore buys today. So we are only looking for sells, although the bias is mixed. So we are just looking for sells. And to actually take a sell entry, what we would want to see, we've had our accumulation, manipulation, and distribution here. What's next? We have either got an accumulation or we're going to have an expansion / reversal. Now, what would suggest a reversal? If we respect this and invert this, then we can take that sell position. If we expand, we're not taking expanding trades. We're not taking any buys, so we can ignore that. Now, if we start accumulating, we will know because we won't disrespect this one. We'll just kind of start blobbing around here. So we have got, a nice setup possibility. Sorry, someone was messaging them from the Discord. Right. So if we respect this and invert this, we can actually take sells there. And that is all I'm looking for today. This is why we're looking to catch the expansion / reversal phase to the accumulation range, basically. And that's what's going on today. So we're going to wait for that and see what happens. If we start disrespecting this fair value gap, I am done. It's Friday. There's not really much to worry about. We're not trying to force any trades here on a Friday afternoon. I've got my profits. I'm more than happy to leave them. So yeah, only taking sells. If we invert this fair value gap, we're done for the day. And what we're going to do now is, whilst price is just kind of chilling, we're going to go through gold, Bitcoin, Euro, Nifty. I don't know why that's there. We're going to go through gold, Bitcoin, Euro, AUD USD, and GBP USD. If I could just pull that one up now. GU, right. So we're going to go through all these now, okay, guys? If there's any other suggestions for any pairs you want me to look at, give us a shout. But what we're going to do is we're going to run through the analysis I did yesterday on these pairs, and then we're going to look at how it actually played out and if it took any trades with those. So on gold, what did I say yesterday? If you go back on the stream, all these streams are, I might actually be able to pull them up, right? Ignore this because I have my thumbnails blurred because, I have a bunch of weird stuff added onto my YouTube with my extensions, but all the live streams are here. So obviously I'm live now. We've got yesterday's live here, the day before, and the day before. So if you ever want to watch these, just go on the YouTube and you can see that. But if you go back to this live stream here, you will be able to see my analysis on all of these things. So continuing on that analysis, yeah, we will be looking at GU in a minute. We're going to work our way through this list. So I said that we will consolidate. We may continue up a little bit or down a little tiny bit, but the general idea is that we're going to consolidate. And look at this. We had one massive range, and this is safe to say. It's safe to say that this is an external accumulation. You know, you don't really even need to go to a higher time frame. You can see it pretty clearly. So we got an external accumulation here. Exactly what I was expecting. It happened. There's nothing else to say there. Now we just wait for that manipulation. So gold, that's 1 out of 5. Bitcoin, I am currently in this trade on Bitcoin at the moment. Looking at taking this sell position down. I'm looking to manage soon as well, once we break past this low over here. But yeah, I'm currently in this trade, and I am currently, let's see, I'm currently $116 up, which is always nice. So that's going on. We're going to see how that plays out. I will talk about how that plays out. And then we've got Euro USD. I called this move. I think we were looking at manipulation. We didn't even end up moving anywhere. But we did catch this trade. We could have caught this trade right here. Live. I called that live. So that's what? 2? Oh, yeah. Bitcoin. I've removed the analysis from Bitcoin. I think on Bitcoin, I was looking at buys around about here. And I think it started going well. And then in between my target and my entry, we started reversing. So it was probably a break-even trade there. Now, if we go to Euro USD, again, called that move there. So that's like 3 out of 5. AUD USD, again, I said the same thing here. When I was looking at this, when I was on the charts, what we were talking about was the fact that AUD basically had finished distributing. I was like, maybe we could go down to here, but realistically, we have finished distributing. We are gonna either reverse back to and then consolidate back to the accumulation range and then consolidate, or just consolidate straight away. Now this reversal happened. We went straight to the BPR that I was talking about, and I said if we go to this BPR, we are going to have a reaction. So sorry, we just started melting on Bitcoin. Get in. I said we would have a reaction when we come to this BPR, and look what happened. We accumulated, manipulated, distributed, reversed back to the BPR, then came back down to this fair value gap over here, accumulated. So after hitting our take profit, so we would have took profit there, we then accumulated, we then manipulated to the downside, and then we distributed to the upside, as you can see right here, back to this BPR, and then respected the BPR again and continued all the way back down to take out this low. So we could have easily caught 2 trades here. Bitcoin is melting. Jeez. Let's go, guys. Jeez, it's really pushing down. Right, I'm break even on that now. 1 sec, guys. Oh, that's nice. Nice few £100. Right, I'm now break even. Come on, Bitcoin. Right, where were we? AU. Yeah, so AU, we looked at this. We were like, okay, we're either going to reverse or accumulate. We reversed back to the BPR. We could. I literally said this. We could take a sell position right from here, and then we would have targeted this fair value gap. Then we accumulated and manipulated, and you easily could have took a buy position right here. Pretty standard stuff again. What I'm going to do is, now that we've hit that fair value gap on Bitcoin, I am just going to get out the trade. I've just under 1%. Why not? Easy winning trade there, guys. That's made me. Where do I show that? Yeah. Can you see that? Easy winning trade. W in the chat, guys. So there's that. Right, AUD USD. I think I've finished blabbering on about that. GBP USD. I think someone was asking about that. So we did end up losing this. I was looking at buys to catch this distribution move, but we didn't really seem to have it in us. It may be due to the volume time or something like that, but we did end up playing another cycle of AMD. Oh, has Bitcoin gone to take profit now? Oh yeah, straight to take profit. Come on, easy W. One sec, guys. Easy winning trade, caught live. Let's go. Yeah, so let's have a look at these pairs, shall we? GJ, what's going on here? We have started to respect this, although we are kind of pushing up again. Gold still consolidating. I'm gonna get rid of this analysis now. Gold, honestly, actually, if I just put that back, I'd wait for a close outside of here. Wait for some form of manipulation, and then once we've manipulated, we can look at taking a trade there. Bitcoin, yeah, Bitcoin smashed my take profit there. Easy W. Euro USD. Honestly, we have just finished a whole cycle of AMD there. We've had our accumulation, manipulation to the upside, and then distribution to the downside, back to this fair value gap, which we were targeting yesterday. So again, we're looking at another accumulation, another slow day. AUD USD looking to cool down again. We've got a lot of fair value gaps here. What we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this analysis and basically just put in the AMD we were looking at before. So using AMD, we've got our accumulation, we've got our manipulation, haven't we, guys? And then we've got our distribution to the upside. Then we had our expansion or reversal phase, which is a move in the opposite direction or a continuation. We had that. So now we are pretty much looking at a basically guaranteed consolidation again, same as gold. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put here consolidation, so we are aware of what we are expecting for the next few hours or day. So that's AUD USD, GBP USD. It's pretty much the same thing. What's going on here, guys, is the USD is taking control. The USD is a strong currency, as you can see. It's basically all just correlated here. GBP USD, basically same thing happened here, but instead we went straight to distribution. We already had the liquidity in the GBP USD. Went straight to distribution. Sorry, I'm reading this the wrong way around. Went straight to manipulation and then distribution to the downside. And I think, in fact, one of our students in the premium chat caught this. I caught this as well, but they got in a bit earlier than I did. I got in around about here. Again, another easy winning trade. I'm trying to remember who it was. I can't remember the name. But yeah, again, we're looking at reversal or consolidation. My bet is we come back up to here and then kind of consolidate. We've got a fair value gap right here. Euro USD, pretty much the same thing as due. We consolidate again inside this fair value gap, which lines up with the accumulation. So we probably are going to consolidate here. If we invert this, maybe look at buys, but The next phase is accumulation, and it's getting towards the end of the week. So there is that. Now Bitcoin, I knew that was going to happen. That's why I put my take profit inside this fair value gap and not this low over here. I knew we were going to come into this fair value gap and potentially respect it. And look at that, guys. Just going to take a picture of that. Sorry. My take profit placement is so good. If you want to learn my take profit placement, obviously just go. You know exactly where to go, don't you? WAP.com. The link is in the description, by the way. Easy wins. Great week so far. Well, it's Friday. Great week. But yeah, we can get rid of these, to be honest. We don't really need to look at these. Euro USD, consolidation. AUD USD, consolidation. GBP USD, consolidation. Why are these all lining up? Because of the DXY. You should only really trade one currency pair. I've started trading a bit more, a few other pairs, but yes. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this now, and as you can see, it basically is a whole load of nothing again. There's not really much to discuss here. We just got to wait for this to happen. If price starts disrespecting here, I'm done for the week. If price starts respecting this, we're only looking at sells when it starts disrespecting this one. Everything else is basically just a consolidation now. We've had our distribution moves on all of them. Let me just get back to that. Caught that down leg in GBP JPY, all thanks to your previous live stream. Let's go. W in the chat, guys. Good to hear. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it. Like, honestly, you know, I've made my money on Bitcoin today. I've ran through multiple analysis. I've ran through what I'm looking for on GBP JPY. We're not just sitting ducks now. We're not just going to sit here and stare at some charts and wait for price to do this. You should know exactly what I'm looking for. And if you want to catch this trade, all you need to do is monitor the charts. If you don't want to catch the trade, fine by me, whatever. If you do, all you need to do is just wait for price to do this. If it starts disrespecting this fair value gap, I am done for the week. I'm not going to be trading. If it starts disrespecting this fair value gap before it disrespects this one, then I am taking sell positions down to this low over here. Simple as that. I don't really need to say more. We're just going to wait for this to play out. I'm going to go about my day, let this play out. If it starts playing out, I'll take the trade and I will talk about it in my free Discord server. So if you want to catch the trade with me, join my free Discord server, as that's where it's all going to be going on. If you're struggling with the verification, I am going to sort that out over the next couple of days. But that's pretty much it. Bitcoin has completely flipped. Look at that. That is what you call great take profit placement, guys. That is what you call great take profit placement. Maximum profit, well, you know, I kind of closed around here, but maximum profits if I held from a full take profit. So, you know, guys, that's pretty much it now. We're going to go about our day. I've got nothing else to talk about. I've analysed a bunch of charts. We're looking at a consolidation on all of them. It's a Friday. It's a slow day. You know, we've had our moves. We're not going to try and catch anything else on a Friday afternoon. Do you know what I mean? That is pretty much it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And as always, have a lovely rest of your day. Make sure to join the free Discord. Make sure to like the stream if you've enjoyed this analysis. And I will catch you guys on Tuesday because there's a bank holiday on Monday. And if you want to learn my strategy or be in my inner circle in trading, then go to wap.com/fasttrack-forex. The link is in